Annual heartworm testing and prevention is the best way to keep your dog safe from the deadly mosquito-borne disease. So here today, sponsoring our segment and to tell you more are Ashley Hilliker and Eric Nuss from SportsVet Animal Medical Center. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, so Ashley, let's start with you. Can you tell me a little bit, just a general overview about SportsVet, please?
Sure. We are a general practice veterinary clinic. We've been in the community since 2004, and we see pets Monday through Saturday.
Wonderful. And then today we are here to talk about heartworm, which I didn't know much about, but I would love to learn more. So it comes from mosquitoes, and what dogs, what breeds, who's susceptible?
Absolutely. So if it's a dog, you're susceptible. As you mentioned, they are spread by mosquitoes. Clearly here in Central Illinois, we have plenty of those. So it's very important to stay on heartworm prevention, and we do recommend it year-round, even during the winter months. So yes, it's a worm that goes into the bloodstream, eventually sets up shop in the heart, which obviously can lead to significant heart issues and potentially even can be fatal. So that's why it is very important, and we do take it very seriously.
So this is the life cycle of heartworm. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way it works is, yes, a mosquito bites a dog. As the larvae kind of move through, it goes through the bloodstream and gets stuck in the heart. And yeah, with that little diagram there, you'll see where it literally looks like there's a bunch of spaghetti in the heart. And so it's, again, just as mosquitoes continue to bite more and more dogs, it spreads that way.
So obviously we're going to look toward prevention. What are some forms of prevention?
So there's a couple of different options out there. There are oral tablets that a lot of owners will use. I feel like that's probably the most common form. There also are some topicals that can be used, and then there is an injection that can be used as well. That's a little more longer lasting. It can be 6 or 12 months, whereas the oral or the topical preventions are usually once a month.
And then what happens if the worst happens and your dog does get heartworm? Is there hope? What do you do? What are the symptoms?
Absolutely. In a lot of cases, owners won't even notice symptoms in their pets because hopefully they are testing as recommended. But in some cases, they can develop some issues such as coughing, lethargy. And yeah, as I mentioned, we want to test. If we stay on that heartworm prevention year-round, we typically recommend testing once a year. Whereas if we don't stay on that year-round, we do recommend testing twice a year.
Okay, and then there are ways to, are there ways to treat it once?
Absolutely. So yes, if we do test positive, the thing that we do is there are a series of injections.
Okay.
Now, one of the other reasons that we really push for it is, for the prevention is because treating it can be pretty tough on the pets and also your wallet.
Okay.
And so it does come with some very strict exercise restriction. And also there can be some adverse effects with the injections. So both for the safety of the pet and also for cost purposes, it's great to try and prevent this in any way possible.
Gotcha.
It's a lot easier to prevent it than it is to treat it.
And
Absolutely.
I feel like it's the same thing with humans, right? If you go to your checkups, then you won't have as many problems, or if you catch things, you catch it early, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, so as far as prevention goes, SportsVet, so what specials and things, what do they need to do if they want to do prevention?
So we are running some specials at the clinic right now, all the way through the month of April on testing. And then prevention, there are some specials online as well. So just call us and we are happy to talk through both new clients and current clients alike. We want to give some discounts to encourage people to test. The spring months, obviously mosquitoes are going to start becoming part of our lives.
Yes.
So we'll get your dog tested, and then we can recommend the best course of action as far as prevention. Like Eric said, we have injections that will cover your dog all 12 months. You just have to do it one time. It's very simple, easy. You don't have to remember anything.
Yes.
But we'll get you set up with the best thing for your pet and try and do it at the most cost-effective way.
And that's one thing that I like every time that you're here. I feel like you're always really encouraging the community to not just come when there's an emergency or call in the middle of the night, but to actually, you guys are doing things proactively to help the community keep their pets safe all year round.
It really is easier to prevent than it is to treat an issue. It saves you a lot of money to just come in regularly, and then we see you honestly a little bit less often if you just come in, do that once a year annual exam, do the vaccines that are necessary, do the testing, and then we send you out the door with your healthy pet.
Right.
And then you're good to go.
Right. Well, thank you so much. This has been really informative, and I appreciate you sharing all of this information and sponsoring our segment today.
Thanks for having us,
Thanks
as
for
always.
having us.
And if you want more information, you can visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv after the show, and we would be happy to connect you.